Let's take a look at the speech from No Other Land producers last night at the Academy Awards. It is really something else.
Thank you to the Academy for the award. It's such a big honor for the four of us and everybody supported us for this documentary. About 2 months ago, I became a father, and my hope to my daughter that she will not have to live the same life I'm living now, always fearing.
What does that mean? Always fearing. Okay, that can go for Jewish people, Arab people, Christian people. Really doesn't actually say anything, even though it's huge applause. Not really a point in what he's saying.
Always fearing settlers' violence, home demolitions, and
Okay, so here we go into a very small minority of people that are conducting illegal things within Judea and Samaria. No mention at all of terrorism emerging from Palestinian areas or being encouraged by Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, or the Palestinian Authority, which is paying terrorists and their families once they've committed terror attacks.
and forced displacements that my community, Masafir Yatta, is living and facing every day under the Israeli occupation.
Okay, again, there is no discussion in terms of any sort of accountability for Palestinians or anything having to do with illegal behavior on behalf of Palestinians in Judea and Samaria. No discussion at all.
Other land reflect the harsh reality that we have been enduring for decades and still persist as we call on the world to take serious actions to stop the injustice and to stop the ethnic cleansing of Palestinian people.
Okay, so is he talking about Gaza? Is he talking about Judea and Samaria? These are two different things, but when you're talking about ethnic cleansing, absolutely not. And the statistics don't in any way endorse any of what he's saying there. Now, of course, you have the token left Israeli who's going to come on and say what the world wants to hear, which is an Israeli bashing other Jews and Israel.
We made this film, Palestinians and Israelis, because together our voices are stronger.
What does that mean? Our voices are stronger. About what? About leftist ideology that looks to uproot the state of Israel?
We see each other, the atrocious destruction of Gaza and its people, which must end.
Wait a second. I thought that it's No Other Land is talking about Judea and Samaria. What does that have to do with Gaza? Of course, on October 7th, Hamas and thousands of innocent civilians, quote unquote, came into Israel. There was absolutely no conflict at the time, that it was not a war. They came in, they raped people, they killed them, they murdered them, they kidnapped them, innocent civilians, with Hamas, with Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Notice that this guy is only talking about what Hamas and Al Jazeera is publishing.
And the Israeli hostages brutally taken in the crime of October 7th, which must be freed.
Oh, okay. So he mentions this after.
I look at Basel, I see my brother, but we are unequal. We live in a regime where I am free under civilian law, and Basel is under military laws that destroy his life and he cannot control. There is a different path, a political solution without ethnic supremacy, with national rights for both of our people.
Again, the Palestinian people were offered a state a number of times. They were more than happy to go out and do that. Instead, they've elected Hamas in Gaza, and they are continually trying to undercut Israel. So let's be real here about who the real culprit is in the situation.
And I have to say, as I am here, the foreign policy in this country is helping to block this path. And you know, why? Can't you see that we are intertwined? That my people can be truly safe if Basel's people are truly free?
Again, this has nothing to do with one another. And let's just go back to what the Israeli High Court ruled in 2022, that the people claiming they lived on the land for decades, what No Other Land is about, had no case, and that even their own evidence contradicted their own claims. So there is not really so much truth to what's going on in this film. And again, the interconnectedness, it's a symptom of this issue, not the solution. And the idea that if there's an Arab state, it has to be intertwined with Israel is false. Again, Gaza could have built whatever they wanted. Instead, they decided to build terror tunnels. That is a decision from the Gazan people electing Hamas, going along with Palestinian Islamic Jihad and participating in that. It has nothing to do with Israelis. Just leave Israel alone. You don't have this problem. So it is exactly what the anti-Israel crowd would like, which is anti-Israel people going on a red carpet with keffiyehs on and saying that Israel's a brutal, terrible, horrible place.
And safe. There is another way. It's not too late for life, for the living. There is no other way.
It's not too late for life of the living. Okay, so just renounce terrorism, stop Hamas, stop Palestinian Islamic Jihad, stop incentivizing those who have murdered Israelis. And once we begin there, we can have a real discussion about the facts on the ground. But as long as there is a hyper focus on the consistent colonoscopy of Israel and not actually examining the issues, whether that's UNRWA or how the Palestinian society is set up, there will be no peace and there is no chance of the intertwinedness having a positive effect. So it's just more propaganda, and it's very telling that this is what Hollywood chose to reward and chose to promote when it comes to Israel, not 500 plus days after the brutal murder, kidnapping, rape of so many people, and a week after Kfir Ariel and Shiri Bibas were laid to rest.